morning, everybody. Chuck here. Welcome to the One Man Fishing Show. I'm on my way to a new spot today, a spot I've never ever fished before. And I'm doing something I haven't done in quite a long time also. I'm going to be doing some bass fishing. Heading out to Blue Cypress Lake, which is halfway between Yeehaw Junction and Fellsmere off of Highway 60 out in the middle of Florida. Actually, it's out in the middle of nowhere. Just turned off of 60 and heading down this long road all the way back to Middleton's Fish Camp, where I'm going to launch the boat and hopefully get on some good bass today. So that's what I've got going on, so hang out with me for a while. This is the One Man Fishing Show. Man, I gotta tell you, this is a beautiful place. It is so quiet out here, you wouldn't believe it. I'm only 40 minutes outside of Fort Pierce. In the middle of the Blue Cypress Conservation Area. Blue Cypress, one of these conservation areas that consists of a bunch of catchment areas. World famous Stick Marsh isn't that far from here. It's right over there. But that's a different boat ramp. You can't get into there from here. And Stick Marsh is a whole nother animal. So that's for another show. Okay, the water's nice and tannic over here with all these trees. I'm going to be throwing a nice big old spinnerbait around all this grass line right here. Start off with the spinnerbait. What I got going on here is a Booyah 3/8 ounce chartreuse and white spinnerbait with 2 willow leaf blades and a little paddle tail grub attached to it to give it a little size. So started with a little bit bigger presentation and then work my way smaller if I have to. But first cast on Blue Cypress Lake. Let's see what happens. All that grass line in there, man. And the water's up. The water's really high in here right now, so I can get a little bit further back in there on the stumps. What I've been doing is I've been slow rolling this spinnerbait, meaning that I'm trying to make it go as slow as I possibly can. Because the water's so cold, the air temperature was 45 degrees this morning when I hit the water. These fish are probably going to be very lethargic, so I have to keep the bait in front of them as long as possible, and a slow presentation is, I think, what's going to do it for me. So basically all I do is I toss a spinnerbait out there, I kind of let it sink down towards the bottom, and then I just slowly pull it. Retrieve slack, slowly pull it, just fast enough that I can hear the blades thumping on the end of my braid here. And I can feel it going through the grass. But anyway, that's what I've been doing to cover water, but yet still maintain a slow presentation. Because remember, because I've never been here before, it's important that I cover water. Ah, nice. Osprey with a fish. Sweet. That's the other thing too about this lake. probably the largest population of ospreys anywhere, and they're big ones too. 5-foot wingspan is a typical osprey for out here, it looks like. I've seen several big ones this morning. Alright, this is a typical scenario, man. Structure, deep water, and then hopefully there's some moving water coming through this creek that goes back up into the Blue Cypress conservation area. At least I think that's what it's called. It looks like there's an osprey nest in that one. Alright, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing. Slow rolling the spinnerbait. The difference is in here I've seen some activity. Some fish busting on some shad or minnows. So I got a good feeling I'm going to get a bite back in here. Hawk. That was a hawk. Awesome, red-tailed hawk. Alright, it's warming up a little bit finally. And I'm switching it up. The spinnerbait wasn't happening, so now I'm going to go to a wacky worm, which basically sits nose down and the tail floats up off the bottom. And the trick is to keep contact with the bottom and hit every tree that I can run across, the base of every tree, and we'll see what happens now. All I can do is keep fishing. New lake, new conditions. Keep trying the bait. Just keep trying the baits. Alright, strike two. We're not on these trees either, so I have to start exploring, so keep moving south towards the other creeks. There's two more creeks down at the other end of the lake that come in from the wildlife refuge area. So I'm going to hit those and keep looking for things that are familiar. And sooner or later I'm going to find something. I'm just it'll take me a while to figure it out. If you've been on Blue Cypress Lake and you got any tips for me, because I'll be coming back, let me know in the comment section below. What lures do you use? What colors? You know, what parts of the lake do best for you? So let me know in the comments if you've got any experience on Blue Cypress Lake. Alright, well, that ain't working, so I'm going to go try something else on another part of the lake. Alright, I cut the corner of the lake and came over to this next stand of trees that's sticking out here by the deep water. I guess this is going to be my pattern, at least for today, and eliminate these as places. But man, there's ospreys all over the place here too. There's two there, one over there, a nest here. It's amazing. So can't be a bad spot if there's this many birds here. And again, I'm going to cover water here with the spinnerbait, and then go back to the wacky worm in a little bit. Mowing the grass, man, mowing the grass. I've cut the corner of the lake again. Come down here to this other creek, which is actually called the Little St. John's River. Because I read online that this is actually the headwaters of the St. John's River. But I thought the headwaters of the St. John's River was over in Melbourne, over on 50 going across over to Cocoa. Alright, now I'm at the mouth of the other creek as I'm heading back towards the boat ramp on the south side of this lake. Got some offshore grass finally, something offshore. It's 2 foot out here. So this is a little bit different than I've been fishing all the way this morning. So maybe this is what's holding fish. I hope. I don't like getting skunked. Hell, that was fun. I actually might be able to get because the braid broke way back. Well, I'm gonna go back to the fish camp and regroup and give it another shot after lunch. See what they got sandwich wise over there at the old bait shop. And ask if I've been fishing with the wrong bait. I've covered all kinds of water this morning. Just saw one fish get busted over here. Had one bite that I missed, and that was it. So far so bad. Stained water, cold temperatures, really high water level. The fish may be really back up in the trees because it's pretty deep back there where it probably should be pretty shallow. So, but again, all I can do is just keep fishing. Just keep fishing on, man. Fishing on. All right, my lunch break is over. I got the creature bait out now. The old pumpkin seed and chartreuse tail lizard. This is going to be hopefully what does the trick for me today. I stopped by Middleton's fish camp at lunchtime and found out I was not far off on the bait I was using, the chartreuse spinnerbait. The water's normally this dirty here, which kind of surprised me. I could have sworn somebody told me this was a real clean lake, but apparently not. With all the cypress trees ringing the shoreline, I guess that makes sense. I'm going to hit all these trees all the way out to the lake here. Alright, it's early afternoon and I'm still striking out with these creature baits. That was the recommendation from the fish camp. So I'm going to stick with it and I'm going to keep hitting these trees. It's about time to pull the plug. But I'm going to keep going. I got to go back around over there, so I'm going to fish all the way back to the fish camp. These are some of the coolest trees ever. Now I'm at the very northwest corner of the lake, out of the wind. And as you can see, it's dead calm in here. I might actually get to throw a topwater through here on the way home. How about that? Because the creature bait ain't working, the spinner bait didn't work, and the wacky worm didn't work. So I got one more bait to try, and then I'm out of here. So let's see what happens. Topwater time, Blue Cypress Lake. That's the first gator I've seen today. Just out trying to stay warm. Look at him, he's sleeping. He don't even know I'm here. Fast asleep. Well, it was a great day on the water today on Blue Cypress Lake. Wasn't the greatest fishing day, being as that I skunked and didn't catch nothing, but what a beautiful lake and what a beautiful day to be on the water. And I had a great nature experience with birds of all different species lining the shoreline, nests in every cypress tree. Just an amazing place. And as you can see by the blue line, which is my trail for the day, I did the south and the north end of the lake. And those are the recommendations from the people from the Middleton Fish Camp out there. It's the only place to launch, and you can buy bait, artificial baits and live baits, sodas, chips, and so forth, and it's a public boat ramp. It's out of the way, it's in the middle of nowhere, but I highly recommend it if you're looking for an adventure and you like to bass fish.